pony, my little pony. Oh, content ID.
Hey friends, welcome back to your irregularly scheduled nostalgia trip through the 2010s. Enough people asked, so we're diving into Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks. As I said before, Rainbow Rocks is my favorite Equestria Girls movie by a landslide, which is crazy because nobody really had any good expectations for this movie. Bronies really hated the first Equestria Girls, and when they saw the announcement for the new one about playing music, they weren't too excited. And neither was I. I liked the first one, but I still wasn't in love with the whole concept of Equestria Girls. And instead of building on the lore of Friendship is Magic, they opted to play music.
Maybe it's because ramble.
Before we get started, I wanted to thank y'all for the support on the last video by letting you know now that a video about friendship games is on its way. So subscribe and ring the bell if you don't want to miss it. Okay, I'm done stalling, let's watch the movie. The movie opens with a shot of the moon and pans downwards. Yup, it's an Equestria Girls movie, alright. An ethereal mist swirls along the cold tile floor of the diner. The arguing, though loud enough to be heard from the streets, is somehow drowned out by the dulcet notes of an angelic chorus. Okay, I'll stop. Bop, bop, bop. Here they are. We got Adagio, Sonata, and aria.
I'm tired of fast food. I need a meal.
My body after 6 days in a row of Burger King. In just a few sentences, they introduce us to this movie's bad bitches, the troublesome threesome bent on tyranny and thrashing the pony's tranquil way of life, by thirsting on trouble and turmoil throughout the, once again, theatrical film. First try! No way! At this point in the script, I started doing a literary analysis of this scene, and I think it's on our best interest if we just skip over that. Hey look, it's my last video!
Do you know what that is?
YouTube views? Internet clout?
Everyone in this pathetic little world adore us.
Adagio says that they're going to use magic to make everyone adore them, which feels so much like they changed the original script into something less dramatic. Like, what if she said, and we're going to use it to own this pathetic world, or something like that. That line sets up their motivation, and it's just, adore us, until they later say rule the world. But we don't have time to dwell on it. Oh my god, intro time! As we learn how to Rainbow Rock! Fun fact about the cast, Rebecca Soyshet is the voice actor of Sunset Shimmer and both Twilight and Sunset's singing voice, and it's kinda obvious when they sing alongside each other. Also, Kazumi Evans voices and sings for Adagio, but she's also the singing voice for Rarity. And now you can't unhear it. Why are the Diamond Dogs humans? What the fuck?
Want some help? No thanks. We're good.
Okay, long aside, the best thing they did for Sunset's redemption arc was to have everyone at the school hate her. It's so simple, yet so important to doing a redemption arc character. She has to feel the consequences of her actions if we are to believe that what she did was real and had consequences in the first place. And she does. Good job, writers. You get a gold star and a cookie.
Like the eye-catching advertisement, if I do say so myself.
That broke my small little brain when I heard that. Advertisement. What the fuck? Advertisement.
In the first ever Canterlot High School Musical Showcase.
She's a High School Musical. We're all in this together. Can you tell I was a theater kid? I was just doing the choreography. I was a theater kid. I don't know if you could tell.
Most exciting events we've had at CHS since the fall formal.
Celestia basically shows up, gets everyone's attention, and then throws the most passive-aggressive shade in cinema history. Once again reminding us that Sunset now sits at the bottom of the social ladder. Something mirrors Twilight's situation from the first movie.
I'd say the whole experience brought everyone at Canterlot High closer than ever before.
Trauma does tend to do that, Applejack. Hey, we share similar trauma. We should be friends. Wait, why is that all my friends, though? Great song, by the way. Also, we're 6 minutes into this movie. I have to stop densely writing. Holy. We gotta accept some hard truths if we're gonna continue. So they can all play music. Playing music makes them go horse mode, and going horse mode is called ponying up.
We are.
What are you wearing? This school does not believe in paperwork. It does not exist. Yeah, so the Dazzlings are finally introduced to our girl Sunset and make a pretty bad first impression, instantly getting on Sunset's radar as sus.
There was something off about them.
Like off like this? Or
Transphobic Pinky!
Good first impression.
Me. I love how everyone's food is color-coded to them. It's like such a small detail, but it's little things like this that make my enjoyment of the movie skyrocket.
it's Taco Tuesday!
Sonata likes tacos. Okay, remember that. It'll be on the test. Okay, this song is fucking amazing. If this movie wasn't pulling your attention, now it is. Equestria Girls became known for its great music because of this movie, and this is the first of many incredible songs to come. I actually scrapped a video ranking every song in Friendship is Magic, and this song was number 7 on that list of over 150 total songs. These songs are brought up even higher by the fact that the Dazzlings, Adagio specifically, is one of, if not the best villain in Friendship is Magic as a whole. And you know what? This isn't even their best song. Please, I implore you to listen to the soundtrack after this video, it's so good. So everyone in the school begins fighting because of their magic, except for the main characters because friendship.
Perhaps Sunset Shimmer is just eager to make someone else out to be a bad element.
Oh, shut up! Luna is so cool in Equestria, but here she's just a Karen. She's a Karen in Human Land.
Even sang a little song to Vice Principal Luna and I.
The Dazzlings also manipulated Celestia and Luna, and so the Battle of the Bands is official.
It's not like we haven't tangled with dark magic before and totally whooped its sorry butt. No offense.
Actually, that's offensive.
Yes, incredibly.
The cast brainstorms on how to solve this threat, and basically just assume that they need Twilight's help.
They don't exactly have cell phones where she's from.
Not yet. In order to reach Twilight, the movie pulls out a magic book, retcons pre-established canon, and hey look, ponies! This is a My Little Pony movie after all. I bet you forgot. I forgot.
The library. Third door on the left. Third door on your left.
I dare you to tell me that was not intentional. Twilight tells us the Dazzlings are actually sirens from equestrian history who were sealed away in an alternate dimension by Star Swirl, which we actually got to see animated in Season 7, which is pretty cool.
She's gonna take the magic in here and put it in there. That'll make the
Pinkie
portal
Pie
open
has
for
dabbled in
everyone
portal
else.
travel before.
She can go-
Hey look, it's the bisexual pride flag cosplayer. Sunset was literally the one who wrote to you. Why are you hesitating? I'm partially convinced Twilight doesn't actually like the people she reforms. Ooh, that was a fun little Easter egg for the fans. I'm sure it won't be relevant or anything.
Sunset Shimmer when she turned into that horrifyingly awful winged monster. No offense.
Actually, that is enormously offensive.
We've got nothing to worry about now that Twilight's back.
Yeah, because Twilight's so helpful in this film.
Twilight?
Bumped.
Not that there's gonna be any real competition. No one here wants this as bad as my band does.
You know what? It's fine. Flash is married to the grind now. Uh-oh, the Brony Club got too many members at this school. Oh god, they're gonna start singing the cafeteria song in the middle of lunch. Oh god, somebody stop them, please.
Friendship is magic!
So, Twilight fails for the first time in her life, and they're all back to where they were before Twilight got there. And, Twilight continues to be useless for the entire film. Seriously, maybe instead of editing Flash out this time, I should edit out Twilight.
So maybe you have to use the same kind of magic to defeat them.
At least they now have a plan to fight the sirens by playing music. Yep, it took 30 minutes of this movie for them to figure that out. Twilight curls up her hands like hooves, and it is everything. Little moments like this are subconsciously making you feel bad for Sunset. Look at how sad she is! Doesn't it just make you want to give her a hug? Applejack is not having it.
So let's get to learning that musical counterspell. Well, that's just it. I don't know any.
So, yeah, the biggest problem I have with this movie is this exact plot point. Twilight struggles for the next 25 minutes trying to write a counterspell, only to just give up and say,
I don't think it matters what song we play.
it just feels stupid. Like, there was no other way to write this that would require them to win the Battle of the Bands. This really holds the movie back from being a movie I would recommend to everyone. It's still my favorite, and I hold it in high regard, but this whole counterspell thing is dumb. Do I pretend that this is what my childhood looked like? Did I used to watch this movie because I liked the feeling of somehow being a part of this friend group? Maybe, but you can never prove that. Man, Rainbow Dash is a dick! You can see the stars behind the moon, suggesting that sometime during this movie a massive chunk was taken out of it. Okay, this scene made everybody ship Twilight and Sunset, and I can see why I shipped them too. I still do, actually. But then they took all that shipping power and put it on Sci-Twi, and I just don't see it. What?
Sunset Shimmer?
Why can't Twilight sing? Why not? This is the worst scene in the movie. Granny Smith!
Nope.
Getting that union paycheck, are we, Peter? No.
You can never have enough costumes.
I can still hear the cheers of bronies upon seeing Rarity in a Daft Punk outfit.
Twilight Sparkles never met a problem she couldn't solve.
They hard nerfed Twilight in this movie. They took away her ability to sing to fix all her problems.
To the first ever Canterlot High School Battle of the Bands.
So we begin the Battle of the Bands. The whole school is fired up for the competition, passively giving the Dazzlings more and more power as time goes by. First up, we have Snips and Snails.
I always get things poppin', and you should stick to shopping.
How cute a little rabbit puppet. Psych, you're more like a rejected muppet.
Next up is the Rainbooms.
So, about 20% less cool.
Ha 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 ha, funny meme, referencing funny meme, haha.
1, 2, we've just got the day.
I like this song. They get sabotaged in the stupidest way possible, but it's entertaining enough, and the song slaps. Fluttershy ends up hiding behind the drums, and it reminded me of how afraid she is of performing. So, good for you, Flutters. You're doing great. You get a gold star and a cookie.
Of sabotage. Yeah, well, whoever did this.
Applejack does not care that they were sabotaged. She just wants to yell at her girlfriend. Next up is Derpy, and, yeah, remember when I said Equestria Girls was untainted by the fandom? I was wrong. There is so much pandering in this movie.
We really need to stop bumping into
She
each other
stole
like
his
this.
catchphrase. Flash has just turned into a Sigma male. You can tell he's an avid watcher of those podcasts run by insecure white
So
dudes.
annoying.
Next up is the Dazzlings, and oh boy, this is it. Maybe you were paying attention before, but now you are hooked. This song is so good. On my ranking, this is number 4, beat out only by my top 3, which I will tell you about later. Everything about this song is done perfectly. This right here is the battle. During this song, all the bands compete and literally blast each other away with their music. It's exciting and engaging, and all the while the Dazzlings are singing over the top because they have so much dominance over this whole event. It's all about them. I love this song. 10 out of 10 makes this movie so much better. It's Trixie's band up last, and even though we never hear Trixie's full song, it's available elsewhere. I recommend you give it a listen because it's actually really good. 44 on my ranking. The Rainbow Dash decides to sing Awesome As I Wanna Be, which is literally a song she wrote about herself, about how awesome she is. Dash's ego in this movie is so dense, I think a black hole is forming. Great song though. Rainbow starts playing a little too hard, and Sunset jumps out to stop her because they're not supposed to show their magic or whatever. Also kind of a stupid plot point because the Dazzlings already know they have magic, so what the fuck was the point? Then Octavia said,
I knew she was still trouble.
and everyone freaked out because she didn't sound exactly like Eily Monty.
Tonight's finals, the Rainbooms.
What?
Now the Rainbooms would have lost, but the Dazzlings manipulated the votes to have them win. How they knew that this would lead to them fighting is beyond me.
Not as much as we are.
I think that's the first time she's ever been booed. This is how it feels to be a side character, Twilight.
And I will not be denied.
I actually really like how they use Trixie in this movie. Her character is perfect to be this petty adversary that causes smaller problems for the cast, while they're focused on trying to fight the bigger threat.
No one cares what we're wearing.
Twilight's friends start fighting, and then the Dazzlings begin their song above them on stage.
You have to stop. This is what they've been after all along.
Sunset says like 2 sentences, and they all get along, thus cementing her role as the Twilight of this dimension. They escape thanks to some random, unimportant character that appeared in the background one time, and decide to sing Fluttershy's song atop a hill with the help of said random background pony. This is really where Welcome to the Show starts, and it's another banger. 18 on my ranking, which is lower than I know some people would put it. As a song, it's incredible, but as a scene, it's one of my favorites. Alright, best scene time, who's excited? I can't do it justice just by talking about it, you gotta watch it for yourself. I put a YouTube link to the movie in the description, watch it after this video. It's really no wonder the song has so many views on YouTube. It's extremely climactic and exciting, not to mention the song itself is just great. Yes, the jacket comes off. I can't tell you how happy this stupid movie makes me. This is what I meant when I said it was obviously the same singing voice. No offense. Yes! Magical girl transformation! I can't overstate how much this climax makes me smile. It's so cool. Twilight getting overpowered only for Sunset to come in and save the day is just so satisfying. It is familiar though. Playing music to get rid of mind control? Where have I seen this before?
I'm a goofy goober! Rain booms rule!
You know what? You earned it, Twilight. Flash, you get a pass. Just this once. She can play this whole time? The coveted hug. And Spike's on Rarity's leg.
It's just goodbye till next time.
Sequel?
Ready?
Sequel? Meh. Sequels? Sequels. So by now, Sunset was everyone's favorite character in Equestria Girls, me included. In fact, she still is. This movie took a forgettable villain and turned her into a fan favorite in an hour and 10 minutes. It's clear the main draw of this movie was the music, as the story itself takes a bit of a backseat even compared to the first movie. Even with its flaws, I still think this is my favorite Equestria Girls, and it's not going to move from that spot. It's too nostalgic. That's not to say Friendship Games doesn't get close. I disliked Friendship Games at first, but I've come to realize it's one of the most underrated Equestria Girls movies. So subscribe if you want to see a movie or a video on that. Okay. And I know you think Rainbow Rocks is over, but we actually haven't gotten to my favorite part yet. 1, 2, 3, 4! The credits song is my favorite in the whole movie and one of the top 3 on my ranking. They fluctuate constantly. But the more time goes by, the more I think this might be my #1 favorite song in Friendship is Magic. Maybe my favorite song ever, since I don't really have one picked out. That's high praise for a credit scroll song, so let me draw it out for you. At least a little bit. It would take a whole video to really explain it. My Little Pony is one of the few good memories I have from my childhood. It was the perfect escape for me, and I often found myself sinking as deep into the show as I could. I couldn't tell you what I was doing in real life in 2014, but I could tell you about my experiences watching the show at the time. And what a time it was. After seeing this movie, I was so excited for what was next. Equestria Girls 3 and Season 5, I was excited for the future. That wasn't something I was usually excited for. This song and this whole movie is a time capsule of those positive feelings from back then. This song is nostalgic and... oh, what's this? You don't think... This reveal at the end is the very embodiment of you just had to be there. Don't forget to sub for Friendship Games. We gotta expect some sex.